We're now being joined by a retired Commissioner of Police, Lawrence Alobi, to share his perspective on the desirability or otherwise of the plan by the Acting Inspector General of Police to fight crime. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure once again.
Thank you for your time as well. Now, some might be wondering if it's truly more profitable to invest in a special squad to fight crime as opposed to probably diverting those resources to the operational effectiveness and efficiency of the conventional squad that we already have on ground. What's your take, please?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a very good question you're asking. You see, crime, policing and crime fighting is predicated on the prevailing situation. And already the police station, the area command at the base, the grassroots of policing. Crime is localized. Crime is from each local government. 777 local government, that is the base of policing, the base of crime. The crimes are concentrated in the community. So already we already have a lot of intervention units. SARS that was disbanded was an intervention unit. And that brought us a lot of problem, you know, because there's a lot of challenges associated with this intervention unit. Already we have quick intervention. We have so many units, a lot of units have been prolified, have been created. And when some additionally go to the command, they seem to work independent of the control of the commissioner of police in that state. And it creates problems. So I think the IG should rethink, because we already have quick intervention, we already have units, various units. The other various units have developed over 10 units, different units that go to work in the state, from IG's office, from headquarters. And when they go there, these units feel that they are independent, they are autonomous, they are not under the control of the commissioner of that state, and that creates problem. You see, when any police, any security person or personnel, police or security personnel feel that it cannot be controlled, that it cannot be talked to by higher authority, it becomes arrogant. And when it becomes arrogant, it becomes he abuses power. He abuses the power that's given to him. So I think the DPOs, the divisional police officers should be the base of policing. That means crime is localized. Crime is not coming from the top. Crime is there in the community. So the IG should think how to empower and strengthen the divisional police of the division, the DPOs and their divisions and their commanders. The commanders can be made to supervise the divisions. I will recommend that for 4 years. I make sure what I do is that every week I mobilize officers and men from the various divisions within my area command, and they'll be with me. That is, I go with quick intervention unit. They are there with me, and during that process, I train them in report writing, I train them in memo writing, I train them on the room trial, I train them on riot drill and so forth. That they are not when they are standby, they playing draft or playing Ludo or playing what and so forth. No, I get them engaged. And again, one important thing is that in policing that you must win the hearts and minds of the citizens. And that is one thing the police have not been able to focus on. Not just first law enforcement, you must win the hearts. The police and the citizens they have symbolic relationship that they need each other. They need the police, need the citizens needs the police. And the police has to endear itself to the citizens, where the citizens can now stand by the police to build confidence and build trust. Be able to that goodwill that the police be willing to support the police. When I was a DSP in Enugu, all Anambra State, I used to do a program in the radio NTA, Let Me Sokara of blessed memory, which used to be the director of programs. And because of that, my program, policemen were not paying transport in Enugu, public transport in Enugu. They were, because of I made the people to understand the police is there for you, police is there to serve you, not just issue of. So I think this issue of the IG should think about how to empower the divisions and the other commands, so that, because like I said, crime is localized, crime is community-based, and how to use the community too, because there's no way the police can succeed without the community, without the citizens. And the police have not developed a strategy how to win the hearts and souls, hearts and minds of the citizens. The military does that very well. You know, like the corporate social responsibility with the military, they have medical programs, educational programs for the citizens and so forth. Through those strategies, they endear themselves to the public. But the police don't have such programs. You cannot see police organizing a health program, social programs, going to local school program. When I was the commander in Enugu, I used myself as an example. I go to lecture in the universities. I go to lecture in the schools. Even in Abuja here, I used to lecture in the Central Mosque. I have committee meeting with the people. And they are to the people. And when they come out, they'll be willing to support you. And whatever you do will be better. Crime also is intelligence-driven and knowledge-based. Intelligence-driven and technological-driven. How to employ technology, how to build capacity, training that will build intelligence, to have the knowledge. And intelligence, you can gather intelligence through the community. There's no way the police are not wizards, they are not spirit. It is through the people that can get intelligence, get information, and then analyze it, become intelligence. So policing is and then the police must be focused on crime, identify areas that are prone to crime, profile such areas. When I was recommended in Enugu too, I used as an example. I knew all the cult groups in Enugu, in all the institutions, and I had boys in each cult. If any cult group strike, before 24 hours, I get the boss who did that because I get information from other cult group. So the police they need to cultivate the support and trust of the citizens. Not just police law enforcement. You enforce the law with the human heart and the fear of God. When I was CPFC in Abuja, I tell the officer, my men, I said, as you want your mothers and fathers to be police and brothers and sisters to be police in your village, that's how you police people in Abuja. If you don't want your mothers and fathers to be brutalized or extorted, you don't do it in Abuja where I'm the CP. And that was my philosophy and the key to that. So it is police. These are things the police need to do to endear to the public, because quick intervention is reactionary policing, not proactive. You have to prevention, like Section 4, the police act talks about. Crime prevention is a statutory function of the police to prevent crime, to reduce crime. And that is when the first of all thing how to prevent crime to effective patrols, visibility and effective patrol duties. You know, when I was in Abuja, I used to what they call these onion boys. So I think it should be concentrated on proactive policing, not reactive policing. But proactive policing, you treat the case before it happens, because reactive policing, it might snowball to a point where you cannot control. So you go to prevent by true proactive policing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence, for setting the very serious tone of this conversation. I mean, it was back in June when we first got wind of this particular event. But what has happened now is, and you mentioned the fact that, you spoke about SARS, and we know how SARS was set up and what it has and how it's boiled over when we had the End SARS protest in 2020. So now, just as I begin to even look at the question that I have before you now. If we're looking at specialized squads, how can they be valuable in handling specific types of crime? Because if we look at the body language now, the IG of police seems to be going ahead with this particular specialized squad. So how can they be valuable in handling specific types of crime, and how can they also stop this from leading to fragmented efforts? How can law enforcement strike a balance between having these specialized units and maintaining a cohesive approach different from crime-fighting divisions?
Yeah, for me, I think the IG, we already have the mobile police force. Mobile police force is a striking force of the police that can respond to situations. And again, like I said, policing is knowledge-driven, knowledge-based, intelligent and technological-driven. It's knowledge-based. Capacity building. If the IG can develop the mobile police force, we have squadrons all over the country, in all locations, empower them, strengthen them. Before we used to have only 4 units in this mobile squadron, but now they have over 8 or 7. So that's strengthen the mobile unit, empower them with technology, with training. I was mobile for 7 years as a police constable, and I know with that training gave us the capacity and confidence to respond. So mobile units in all the states are being used. Don't need to bring a new creation. The new constitution will need a new funding, a new equipment, and so forth. Empower the mobile police force, and also empower the divisions and the area commands. If this is done, I think it will make a difference. I know the IG wants to make a mark, because whenever any IG comes on board, he wants to do something different. But I think he will achieve more if he empowers the deep divisional police, the divisions and area command, and also empower the mobile. And of course, intelligence to investigation and prosecution of cases. That also empower that is training at all levels, capacity building at all levels. Some officers who have got to a rank of commissioner of police AC without attending courses. Let officers should be meant to attend courses to build their capacity. This is very, very, very important. And again, the police should show how they can endear to the citizens by building strategies, and then the government too has a role. You know, Section 14B of the Constitution provides that prime purpose of government is the security and welfare of the citizens. The state governments or the federal government should integrate crime prevention strategies, mainstream them in their policies and programs. Crime prevention policies should be mainstream in their policies. For instance, because how would the students themselves know that they have a role to play? Today, Nigerians are only concerned about their right. Most Nigerians are not concerned about the obligation to the society that they have to contribute towards in line with Section 24 of the Constitution, which says that it's constituted to every Nigerian citizen to assist law and order. Most Nigerians don't even want to assist the police or assist other agencies. They feel it's not their business, it's government business. No, these are crime prevention strategies that the government can mainstream in their policies, and to help me, like for instance, during holidays. During holidays period, they can engage the students, get them programs that will empowerment program, skill acquisition, and get them engaged to minimize crime. For instance, cultism and drugs, it become a serious problem in this country. What is the government doing? What is the government doing to ensure that this is curtailed and minimized? Because it causes a lot of harm to our youth, cultism and drugs. And this is what the government, what police are doing. Not just living to NDLA. All hands must be on deck. Parental guidance is no longer there. Parents are all pursuing wealth and power, money and power, when that the children were given to them in trust by the God to counsel and guide them.
Thank you so much for all the vital points that you've raised. As we round up with you, because we have very limited time with you, about 2 minutes, I believe, can you help us make sense of, in the event that this program goes on as has been proposed and a special squad is actually, activated, can you help us make sense regarding why the pilot is taking place in Kano State?
Everything is based on need. Security operations are based on need. Maybe he sees that as a place where that is volatile, because the North is volatile in terms of Boko Haram, in terms of all these violent crimes and terrorism. Maybe that's why he has to, because Kano seems to be very supposed to be very central. So, and it's one of the most political city in the North. So, but I think that whatever he's doing, he should apply wisdom, and it's based on need. That crime is also dynamic, and the police strategy has to be dynamic to meet the needs of the challenges of the time. That's my advice to the IG, and if this is done, until he will make a mark. I know he wants to make a mark, he wants to make a difference, and at least to see how his regime will be impactful to the people. But again, the government itself should also see how to empower the police and other agencies, in terms of equipment, in terms of training, in terms of funding, in terms of welfare. If this is done, these are all contributing factors that can enhance security and policing in the country. And the citizens also that they should have the obligation under Section 24 of the Constitution. But now most Nigerians are concerned with my right, and that is not good enough. Security and policing is collective responsibility of both the citizens, the government, and the security agencies. So I think this tripartite collaboration will go a long way in making our society safe and secure for all citizens.
Thank you so much for being on Newsday today. Retired Commissioner of Police Lawrence Alobi, we appreciate your time.